I will explain the 6 basic operations that you will do in this class. The first symbol I have here is a plus, or an add, or a sum. The next symbol is a minus, a subtract. Sometimes I refer to it as take away, and also a difference. This symbol is multiply, or times, or product. This symbol is divide. This is a base B to a power P, and this is a base B to a root of R, and so is this. You can write this either way. All these down here are exponents, but I often think about this as a power and this is a root. Here I grouped the symbols together where they're in pairs of opposite or inverses. For example, plus is the opposite of minus, and multiply is the opposite of divide. And a power P and a root R, those are opposite of each other. A power is an opposite or an inverse of a root. Now over here I have examples of equations where I will use this to solve for an unknown number. I start with x plus 2 equals 9. And because add and subtract are opposite, plus and minus are opposite, I will subtract 2 from both sides. X plus 2 minus 2, these two will go away to 0, and 9 minus 2 is 7. I added and subtracted the same number to cancel it out and simplify this to x equals 7. But in the next example, I start with multiplication, and the opposite of multiplication is division. So I make a choice to divide both sides by 3. When I do that, this 3 will cut or cancel with this 3, since multiply is the opposite of divide. And this 12 divided by 3 simplifies to 4. In my next example, I'm starting with a power. And because the opposite of power is root, to cancel that 3, I will do a root of both sides, a third root of both sides. Now, 8 is the same as 2 power 3. 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. So this root and this power of 3 will cut away, will cancel to be x. And this power and this root will also cancel, so the answer will be x equals to 2. Now down below, they're basically the same ideas, except for I'm doing now, this one I'm starting with minus. So I'm going to add 2 to both sides, and then I get x equal to 11. This minus 2 and this plus 2 cut away to 0. X plus 0 is just x. Now here, this is x divided by 5. X divided by 5. And because I want to do the opposite of divide, I make a choice to multiply both sides by the number 5. This 5 on top and this 5 on bottom mean multiply and divide. They will cancel. And 1 times 5 is 5 for the answer. And in this last example, I start with a root of 5. The base is x, and 5 is the root. So the opposite of root, the inverse of root, is power. So I use power 5. This root 5 and this power 5 will cut. And if I take 2 and multiply it 5 times, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, that equals 32. This is the basics of what you will do in this class. These operations will be used in all the problems you do. You will not use any other operations than these 6. So you have to become quite comfortable with these ideas, especially the idea of an inverse.